What's up, everybody? I'm back. It's cold. Look at all that ice around the car. Hey, like I be saying, I be telling black people, stop using that. Stop letting people get over by using that term on you, people of color. When slavery was taking place in America, I'm bringing up slavery for a reason, because it was never corrected. It was never corrected. You know, black people were set free with nothing. You were set free with no home, no land, no food, no clothes, no friends, no education. You was Jim Crow segregated, and even when we had prosperous black towns, it was burnt to the ground. It was burnt to the ground. You had the Freedmen's Bureau and the Freedmen's Bank. White people stole all the money out of that. Didn't get the 40 acres and a mule. So that's why I'm talking about slavery, because slavery was never corrected. We were set free with nothing. So we down here and we right here, and they're telling you that we all equal. Equal means they want to let the status quo remain the same. White people on top, black people on the bottom. That's why they said we all equal. We need a fair chance. How you gonna get a fair chance when it was never corrected? You know, that's a race. And if we're racing, we go to the finish line, we back here, and everybody else is up here. So when they say people of color, that means they want to throw everybody in the pot for black people and just say fuck it. And the reason I'm saying that is because black people are plant minorities. The whole point that the government started taking the census was to monitor black people and make sure our population never got past 12 to 13% again. The highest it ever was like 33%. I think this was in like, I'm not sure when it was, but the highest it ever was 34%. You don't believe me, look it up. That's why it never goes past 12% now, because black people, very specifically, are plant minorities. People of color are not plant minorities. People of color could come in from all over the country. They come in from Europe. They come in from other parts of South America and stuff like that. They're people, and they come to correct their poverty. But their poverty was not put on them by America. Their poverty was put on them by their country. Poverty was put on black people in America. Poverty was not put on us by another country. Our poverty was put on us right here in this country. So it's disingenuous when you allow everybody else to call themselves people of color and they come in here and they correct their poverty. So they skip over black people. They skip over the original people that was already here. When you call them people of color, you throw all their problems in the pot with black people. And black people are plant minorities. And this is a country where the majority will win and the minority will lose. Therefore, we are plant losers. Our population never goes past 12%. Never. We are plant minorities. So when you say people of color are being treated like this, that's bullshit. It's disingenuous. It's bullshit. Because their problem was put on them by their country. So they come from their country to correct their poverty here. Black people don't come from another country to correct our poverty. We was already here, and our poverty was put on us by the country. Like I said, through the Freedmen's Bureau, planned ignorance, Jim Crow segregation, all that shit was put on black people, so we will always be in poverty. Our poverty was put on us in this country. So when you talk about people of color, you're being shammed. That's like a bait and switch trick. That's bullshit. People of color. People of color. Whenever they use those terms, people of color, colored people, minority, ethnic, poor people, that can be anybody. Those are jaded and ambiguous terms. That can be anybody. Slavery was put on black people, and it was very specific. Slavery in America didn't happen to people of color. Slavery in America didn't happen to minorities or poor people. All that was put on us in the country. That was put on us while we were here. Stop letting these people use that term, people of color. They're bullshitting when they use that term, people of color. And people might get at me and say, we're not black, we're Moors. Well, you wasn't put in slavery because you was a Moor. Your ancestors wasn't put in slavery because it was a Moor. It wasn't put in slavery because it was Native American. It wasn't put in slavery because it was God's people. It was put in slavery because it was black. Now we're not black color-wise. We're black because when Europeans came to America, they called themselves pilgrims. Then they went from calling themselves pilgrims to calling themselves Puritans. They called themselves Puritans and they called black people heathens. They went from calling themselves Puritans to calling themselves Christians. Then they went from calling themselves Christians to calling themselves English. But they couldn't use that term for long because the country started getting an influx of more Europeans from other parts of Europe. So they couldn't use that term English anymore. So they started calling themselves like Irish American, Italian American, German American. So black people fought for the right to leave black neighborhoods and black communities and call themselves African American. They said, well, we just gonna call ourselves white. So that's the white umbrella. So if you come from Europe, you consider white. So if you come from Italy, you come from Spain, even if you speak Spanish. If you come from any of the European countries, you're considered white. They said, I'm white and you're black. And that's where the term white and black came from. That's the umbrella that they sit under, a white umbrella. No matter what part of Europe they come from, they call themselves white and they call black people black. And that's how the term white and black came about. Alright? Check out my poetry. Yeah, take it easy.